want cookies out of my life, or cupcakes, or pie. It's always gonna be there.
Don't judge me! Don't judge me! I love cupcakes.
Hey guys! So, we get a lot of questions, especially lately, on what we've been doing to lose weight.
Let's get a little...
That's one way to look like you lost weight.
But we actually have ways to, well, that work for us to lose weight.
Yes, we do. Number one most important thing that you can do to help you lose weight?
Count those calories.
Like,
You know, I just had a candy corn. How much calories is in a candy corn? 10.
probably not.
Probably not, probably more like in a pack of, you know, this many, there's probably like 150.
So
That's just a rough guesstimate.
let's just introduce you guys to this little bad boy right here. It's a smartphone. Why is it so smart? Because it holds
all the secrets to the universe.
one of those
Why?
secrets.
MyFitnessPal.
It's a great app. Great thing about this is you can set a goal for how many calories you want to burn, and then every time you put something in your mouth, look it up. Or look it up before you put it in your mouth. That would probably be the better thing to do. So, okay, I just had a snack. It was candy corn. Candy corn. Okay, in 19 pieces, there's 140 calories.
I was almost right.
So,
Like a small bag.
you know, that's
Right on.
like, what, like 7 a piece-ish? Now, you might not think that's a lot, but if you sit there and you eat those candy corns,
It adds up.
it does.
What you need to do, if you want to follow this type of diet, is you go online, you can Google it, there's not really a specific website, but you want to find out your basal metabolic rate,
Right.
which is the amount of calories that you burn just being alive.
Right, so it's like all the functions, like pumping the blood through your body, breathing.
Yeah, basically, if you were
Everything.
just laying down, how many calories you would burn just being alive.
So it ranges anywhere from like 14-ish hundred to like 17, 1800. Depends on how much you weigh now, how tall you are, how old you are, if you're a guy or a girl. Check it out. And all of this is with the disclaimer that we're not doctors, we're not
Absolutely.
nutritionists or fitness experts, but this is just something that's worked for us. So if you have any, you know, important questions, like for a medical profession,
Ask your doctor.
do that.
Not us.
Our number 2 thing is kind of where people tend to go wrong,
Yeah.
and that is going to the gym. And you're like, what?
Pumping iron.
That's a good thing. I should be getting skinny because I'm going to the gym and all these people around me are sweating it.
Hot
To the
and they're
oldies.
ripped and they're
Getting
working it, but you're not losing weight at the gym? What?
What's wrong? I don't understand.
That's what we said.
So you're like pumping it and sweating it for like an hour and a half, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna have that extra bit of pie
Yeah.
after dinner of pasta and chicken because I really busted my butt today at the gym. What you don't realize is, how many calories did you probably burn at the gym?
Well, see, the machine will say like 500 and you're like, that's a big old piece of pie.
Yeah.
And it's in reality, it could be half of that.
Right.
You know, you really don't know because that machine doesn't know you.
Right, so it doesn't account for factors like your height, your weight, your age, your gender. It doesn't take those into account, so you can't really base anything off of that number, okay? It's great that you went to the gym. Your heart thanks you for it.
Absolutely.
But when you go eat that extra piece of pie, your thighs are going to be hating you for it,
Yeah.
is what we're saying.
So if you can balance your eating and going to the gym, if you can balance it and it's working for you, that's great. It should work for you.
Yes.
I mean, it should be that way. For us, we decided to do some of the eating and dieting first and then go to the gym and start with the toning
Right.
when we're closer to the target weight that we want to be. Number 3, this is a lifestyle change. Don't just think that you can diet and exercise for a month or 2 and maintain that weight loss for the rest of your life unless you are, you know,
Making these changes and keeping them forever.
you have to be disciplined to maintain it.
Right. And another thing with knowing that it's going to be a long-term thing, it's got to be, you know, something, those fad diets, they don't work for you. You know, split pea soup, cabbage soup, whatever, like honey and tea and cinnamon. You can't do that every day for the rest of your life. You don't want to have to rely on that kind of stuff. You want to be able to eat things that taste good.
Eat your normal diet, but smaller.
Yeah, just smaller. Number 4, now, if you are trying to kind of gauge your results and measure and know where you're at, don't rely on the scale alone, because your body changes all day long, you know, with your intake of food and liquids and things like that.
You can be 2 pounds heavier at night and then wake up the next morning and it's like you've lost 2 pounds.
If you're gonna weigh using a scale, then just make sure you're consistent when you choose to weigh. For us, we like to do it first thing in the morning.
Wake up in the morning,
get naked,
evacuate
the dance floor.
Evacuate the dance floor.
Or your intestines.
Get naked.
And
then,
get
on the scale.
Yeah, and we're not saying use a laxative. That's not, we're not saying like, but if you need to go to the bathroom.
I more or less mean just go pee.
Right.
You know, because you wake up in the morning and you gotta pee.
Right.
And that can add an extra ½ pound.
You want
your actual weight, nothing, you know, added, so that every day you have all of the same factors.
Right. So first thing in the morning when you wake up, jump on the scale if that's the way you want to measure it. Something else to remember is your clothes. Pay attention to the way your clothes are fitting. If you've got that one pair of jeans, just try it on from time to time and see if you're making any changes.
Yeah.
And then measuring tape. Measure your arms, your thighs, your hips, your waist. Sometimes the numbers on the scale might not be moving, but those will be changing.
Yeah, I know when we were going to the gym, my measurements were changing, my weight was not really changing.
Yeah.
Number 5, don't get frustrated, don't give up. There's not a deadline on losing weight. You can always, and this is not something you need to tell yourself every day. Don't be like, oh, I can just start fresh tomorrow. But you can. And if you do mess up, you can start fresh.
Don't beat yourself up because you've had a bad food day. We all go through it. You know, life happens, and it's like, you know what? You had a bad day. It's that time of the month. You really want chocolate.
Eat the chocolate.
Let yourself have those little things from time to time, but just keep it smaller and just remember, like, this is something you're gonna have to do for the rest of your life, and it's just being healthier and being conscious of the choices you're making. And I saw this awesome thing on Pinterest one time, and you know, it really stuck with me. You know, it takes 4 weeks of dieting and exercising to kind of start noticing changes in your body. It takes about 8 weeks for your family and your friends to see those changes. So like, you'll see them pretty quickly. They'll start noticing around 8 weeks, and then at 12 weeks,
the world
everyone
can see.
else.
Like, you walk out and that person that saw you at, I don't know,
maybe at your workplace or something
like that, but they haven't seen you in a couple months. It's been summer break.
Yeah.
You've lost some weight.
They're gonna start seeing those changes. And you know, I think we felt that with you guys. You know, we're starting to get it on videos, we're starting to get it on our Instagram photos. You guys are noticing the changes that have been happening with us, and so that's really encouraging and exciting to know that it's happening. But don't freak out if it's like been 2 weeks or 3 weeks and people aren't noticing, but maybe you are.
Yeah.
Just know that it's gonna come. It's gonna happen.
It really did take us the full 2 months to lose the weight, if not more than that, if I'm being honest. It may have been close to 3 months to lose the weight that we lost. We had plateaus. I went 3 weeks without losing like anything when we were first starting off with the gym.
You know, so hopefully this can help some of you guys that are really wanting to know. It just sucks a little bit, and you just have to get through it and know that it'll be so awesome when you go to the store and you're like, ooh, I can get a size smaller.
Yes, that is one of the most
empowering.
Yeah, and going and looking in the mirror, not feeling like I don't feel cute enough to buy this, like, because so many times those dressing room mirrors and the lights and everything, it's not forgiving, and you already are kind of a little self-conscious about the way you look, and then you start putting on that dress and you're like, no.
Yeah.
But you're working hard, you're losing weight, and now you can be in the mirror and be like,
oh yes.
And another thing to not forget is by watching what you're eating and getting that exercise, you are going to be making sure that you're not having those things like high blood pressure and cholesterol problems and diabetes and all the terrible things that come with being overweight.
It's an overall healthy change that you can make. And I know that people are going to ask what we eat. And like we said, we're not nutritionists, we're not doctors, and we are not the most healthiest eaters in the entire world. For us, it's more about portion. That's not to say that we eat chips for every meal and candy, but you know, we're not eating raw veggies and flaxseed and like those kinds of things.
We love our carbs. I'm bad with the complex or the simple sugars, like the refined sugars. I'm terrible with that. But I like food and I like it to taste good, and so we're not saying here's what you eat to lose weight.
No.
So much as be informed about what you're putting in your mouth as far as calories and things like that. Eat fruits, eat vegetables. Yeah. You know, make good choices. Yeah. All right, well, we hope that you have found this helpful and that we have inspired some of you guys to try to adopt a healthy lifestyle.
If we missed anything and you have any questions for us, just let us know below, Twitter or Facebook. We'll try to answer them. But we're not doctors, we're not nutritionists, like we said. So, you know, it
happens.
Yeah.
We don't know all the answers. And if you do tweet us, you can include the hashtag #ProjectEGFit. And that will help us find your questions so that we can answer them.
So that is it, and we will talk to you guys in our next video.
We sure will.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.